Understanding the chances of success or death.
Nikon is dying. How we think we can save it. I have an idea.
Are you in your senses or what?
What's good, guys? This is Vahagraphy. I'm Vahagan, your rock and roll photographer. What's up? Today we're talking about a very important topic for photographers: getting your photos stolen, used for commercial profit without you knowing or not being compensated. I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me. Now, what triggered this video? The most joyful wedding photographer.
I'm a wedding photographer in New Jersey.
You are so beautiful. Beautiful.
Vanessa Joy. I like her stuff. I like what she does. She's a hardworking professional wedding photographer, and I like her content. I watch her YouTube channel, and I happen to come across a very important video where she actually, witnessed this happen to her. Her work was used commercially. She sued, and she won. Good on you, Vanessa. Good on you. Now, I have rules when it comes to this, when it comes to my wedding work and clients. I'll go over that in a second. But before I do, oh man, who remembers this?
Nikon is dying. How we think we can save it.
Some of the predictions we've made in the past have been accurate. Maybe we know a little bit about what we're actually talking about here. The entire camera division could possibly shut down.
What are you talking, man? You're not in your senses. Crazy man, motherfucker.
Shout out to my boy, Christian Caliph.
You motherfucker. Hey, don't talk to me like that. You motherfucker. Hey.
And this guy is funny on YouTube, man. So I have a few set parameters, set rules when I shoot weddings and events. Now, vendors play a big role in this. You shoot, you're nice to the vendors. You want to provide them photos in exchange for them referring you work, back and forth, this and that. But sometimes things can get a little dicey, especially with Instagram. And, there's some blurred lines when it comes to copyright laws and things of that nature when it comes to social media and Instagram. Things just get a little foggy. As a wedding and event portrait photographer, there are other people involved, like bridesmaids, ushers, family, parents. They want to share photos. Sure. I have this rule, and it's stated in my contract. I'm okay with you sharing photos. I'm okay with you tagging Instagram. As long as you tag the studio, as long as you tag the photographer. One time taking, portraits of the groom. Can you take a few pictures of me? I'm a real estate agent. I would like to use it for my website and whatnot, social media. I'm like, sure, man, you're paying me for the wedding. That's fine. Just take off your flower on your jacket and let's do some portraits for your real estate business. I'm okay with that. That's fine. They're paying me for the event. That's fine. This happened to me once where, I had a relationship with the vendor. We took some nice commercial vendor photos of a certain wedding, and I let them use it on their vendor page on Instagram. These photos, one of the images happened to be in a commercial wedding website and magazine. Now, that's a different story, okay? That's a very different story. Now, I wasn't like Vanessa where I sued. I actually got my money the Armenian way. And that is placing a simple phone call and saying, hey, you're using my work without permission. I am the photographer. I am the copyright owner. I am the owner of these images. Maybe there was a deal that was made with the wedding business and the vendor that I let them have these photos, right? Maybe there was a deal, a payoff for someone. Whatever the case may be, my photos ended up in a magazine where I really didn't get any credit for. Number one, I really didn't get compensated. And that's the worst thing that could happen to photographers, I think. In my opinion, if you're an event and wedding photographer and this happens to you, I think that this can be you get angry, hey, what the heck? You're using my photos for commercial use? Imagine driving down the freeway and you see a photo that you took being on a billboard somewhere and commercially being used, and you didn't get compensated for it. You didn't even know about it. You know, it sucks, but there are things you can do to safeguard from this. Watch Vanessa Joy's video. She explains there's an easy how-to website to get your photos copywritten quickly. Watch that video. I'll put the link in the description below. But there is a website that you can, register your photos very easily. If you want to sue for big money, you're going to have to go that route. Sometimes it takes a long time to copyright, register your photos to the government and the official copyright avenues. But, I didn't have time for all that. I just made a quick little phone call. I did it the Armenian way. I said, hey, man, you better pay me for this, or else I'll be calling, my attorney. They got back to me the next day, talked to whoever they talked to, and they cut me a check. Issue resolved. But there are some more serious extreme cases of this, with grooms being asked for me to give them photos for their real estate or whatever. I'm already photographing them. And it's a little favor I do for my clients. We're already there. We have the lights. We have the cameras set up. You're all dressed up. They ask me for a little favor. I'm not going to be a jerk about it. As long as the groom doesn't become like a Larry H. Parker and his photo is everywhere, nationwide, on freeway billboards, 1-800 injured or whatever, that's fine. If that happens, you need to get compensated. You took the photo. In that situation, that becomes no longer a favor. This becomes, hey, a nationwide, advertisement campaign worth millions of dollars. You need to get compensated and recognized for your work, because it's just not fair. I joke all the time. I tell the groom, hey, as long as you don't become Larry H. Parker. We laugh. No, it's for my website. That's fine. But you never know. There's instances where this has happened. Register, copyright your photos. You can go after whoever steals your photographs for commercial work. You can go after them for up to like $100,000. But you have to get these photos registered to the government, or this there's a simple app. I forget the name right now, but watch Vanessa's video. Guys, if you're a wedding and portrait event photographer, sometimes vendors take advantage of you. They expect free work. As long as you're getting something out of this deal, whether it's referrals, whether it's, some money or some kickbacks when you need their vendor services. Quick little story. I used to feed the vendor all the time with free photos, a florist. One day I needed some work done on one of my events and I needed their services. I called them and I said, hey, it's me, let's what's my price? Oh, well, yeah, this is my price, not a discount. And I say, you know what? Hey, you know how many photos I supplied you with for free? I didn't even charge you. And I'm not saying don't charge me. I'm not saying don't charge me for the services that I'm asking for you to do. But hey, I'd appreciate somewhat of a discount here, Yeah, we as photographers give our work out for free. And then when it's time for us to take advantage of their services, they totally forget all about it. How many of you have had this happen to you, So don't let these companies, these vendors take advantage of you. They think it's easy. They think this is free. It's all free stuff. They could just use it how they want. No.
Nikon is dying.
Nikon sucks. Nikon is dying. What's wrong with these people? I laugh when I see these things now, and it's just funny to me because what Nikon's doing is the total opposite of what these geniuses on YouTube predicted, Nikon should sell. Nikon is dying. God, how did that work out for you? Morning Joe and Mika of the photography world. In 2016, when I bought my D850, and I remember this day, we were still DSLRs. We were still rocking the DSLR. Sony was way ahead of the game with the mirrorless. And a lot of people wrote Nikon off. They were just ready to just jump ship. And a lot of people did jump ship. But I stuck to it, and I knew that Nikon wouldn't just stand pat, and I knew that Nikon was too big of a company to fail, too much of a rich history there, 100 years of image making, lens making, and they're going to just throw it away. I don't think so. In 2017, they celebrated, I think, their 100-year anniversary. Yeah, there was probably some nervous people. What does the future look like? There was some layoffs. There was some craziness going on in Nikon, but I think it's shaped out very, very well. I think Nikon has total control of their destiny now. You know, I have issues with their marketing team, Nikon USA marketing, and who runs that and what their decision making is. I can have issues with Nikon Corp and marketing, but I can also like the products, you know. Just because I talk crap about marketing doesn't mean that I don't like their cameras, their engineers, their lenses, their glass. So I have an issue with marketing, but I like their gear. So, all right, guys, go out there, shoot, have a good time, and we'll see you in the next video. This is Vahagraphy. I'm Vahagan, your rock and roll photographer. Don't be a Ben Chid.
Ben, show.
Rock and roll.